What if you're never truly alone? What if, right now, an unseen presence was watching over you, guiding your thoughts, nudging your intuition, and even protecting you from dangers you never even noticed? Throughout history, across every culture and religion, there are whispers of powerful, celestial beings assigned to individuals, beings of light, wisdom, and protection. They're known by many names, but most recognize them as guardian angels. But what if everything you thought you knew about them was incomplete or even entirely wrong? The idea of guardian angels is often reduced to sentimental imagery, rosy-cheeked figures with white wings, gently hovering over children. But those who have studied esoteric traditions, ancient scriptures, and mystical experiences know that the truth is far more complex and far more powerful. Some say these beings are divine messengers, intermediaries between heaven and earth. Others believe they are higher aspects of our own soul, guiding us from realms beyond time. And some traditions claim they are not angels in the conventional sense at all, but rather luminous intelligences, forces of energy that we can learn to communicate with if only we knew how. So who or what are guardian angels really? Where do they come from? And how can you recognize their presence in your life? In this video, we will uncover the hidden truth behind these enigmatic beings, exploring their origins in ancient texts, their role in human destiny, and the real methods you can use to connect with them. By the end of this journey, you may come to realize that guardian angels are not just a comforting myth, but a profound reality, waiting for you to awaken to their presence. The belief in guardian angels is ancient, far older than Christianity or any single religious tradition. The idea of celestial beings who watch over humanity can be traced back to the earliest spiritual texts, from the Zoroastrian Fravashi to the Egyptian Ka spirit, from the Roman genius to the Hindu Devas. These beings were often seen as personal divine guides, assisting the soul in its journey through life and beyond. In the Zoroastrian tradition, for example, every human being was believed to have a Fravashi, a spiritual guardian that existed before birth, guiding the individual throughout their life and helping them return to the divine source after death. The ancient Egyptians held similar beliefs, teaching that each person had a Ka, a spirit double that remained with them throughout their existence, whispering wisdom from the unseen realms. In Plato's philosophy, the idea of a personal spiritual guide also appears. He wrote of the daimonion, a divine inner voice that guided individuals toward truth and virtue. The philosopher Socrates himself claimed that he had such a guide, a voice that would warn him whenever he was about to make a mistake, but never forced him to act against his will. This concept found even greater elaboration in Neoplatonism and hermetic teachings, where it was believed that every soul had an assigned higher genius or holy guardian angel. In these esoteric schools, the guardian angel was not just a passive protector, but an active force, one that could lead the individual to higher states of consciousness, illumination, and even divine union. The idea of personal spiritual guardians was later fully integrated into Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. In the book of Daniel, angels are described as watchers over nations and individuals alike. In Jewish mysticism, particularly in Kabbalah, every person is said to be assigned at least one angel to protect and guide them. And in Islam, it is taught that each individual has angels who record their deeds and whisper guidance when they stray from the righteous path. But across all of these traditions, one truth remains consistent. These beings are not here to control us, but to assist us. They do not interfere with free will, nor do they impose themselves upon those who are not open to their guidance. Instead, they stand just beyond the veil, always present, always watching, always waiting for us to awaken to their presence. Yet, modern spirituality has largely misunderstood them. Many people think of guardian angels as distant figures, selectively intervening only in moments of extreme crisis. But the deeper esoteric traditions teach that these beings are far more active than we realize, and that with the right knowledge, we can learn to sense, communicate with, and even form a conscious partnership with them. But who are these beings truly? What is their nature? And how can we begin to recognize their presence in our own lives? This is where the mystery deepens. To understand guardian angels, we must first strip away the modern, watered-down imagery and return to the ancient mystical perspective. The esoteric traditions tell us that guardian angels are not simply benevolent beings who exist to protect us from physical harm. They are far more than that. They are intelligent forces of consciousness, guiding us through the unseen currents of fate, intuition, and destiny. But what are they exactly? Some traditions say guardian angels are individual spiritual entities assigned to us from birth, beings of divine origin, existing beyond time and space, who act as intermediaries between us and the higher realms. Others propose that they are not separate from us at all, but are instead the higher aspect of our own soul, existing in a more elevated dimension of reality. In this view, our guardian angel is our own divine essence, communicating with us from a state of enlightenment that we have yet to reach. In hermetic philosophy, the guardian angel is often referred to as the Holy Guardian Angel, HGA, a concept central to esoteric practices such as the teachings of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn and the spiritual exercises of the medieval mystic Abramelin the Mage. To these traditions, the HGA is not just a protector, but a teacher, the bridge between the human self and the divine self, leading the seeker towards spiritual awakening and ultimate realization. In Sufism, there is a similar idea. The concept of the Qareen, an invisible companion who whispers divine inspiration into the soul of the seeker. Unlike the simplistic depiction of an angel guarding from a distance, the Qareen is an active presence, engaging in an intimate and dynamic relationship with the individual. But how do guardian angels communicate with us? The truth is, they rarely speak in the ways we expect. They do not appear with flowing robes and audible voices. Instead, their language is subtle yet profound, a language of symbols, synchronicities, and inner knowing. Have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable pull in a certain direction, only to realize later that it saved you from danger? Have you ever felt a deep, intuitive certainty about a decision, as if something greater was nudging you toward the right path? These moments are not coincidences. They are the quiet whispers of the unseen, the fingerprints of your guardian angel guiding you when you least expect it. Some people report sensing a presence when they are alone, a warmth or a lightness in the air. Others find messages encoded in dreams, numbers, or repeating patterns, subtle clues left behind like breadcrumbs, leading them toward greater understanding. But here's where the mystery deepens even further. Guardian angels do not force their guidance upon us. They respect our free will, waiting for us to acknowledge them, to invite their wisdom, and to open the channels of communication. And that leads to the next question. How can we strengthen this connection? If guardian angels are always present, always watching, always guiding, then why do so many people feel disconnected from them? The answer is simple: awareness and attunement. Most of us have been conditioned to ignore the subtle signals of the spiritual world. We expect grand revelations, but in doing so, we overlook the whispers. Guardian angels do not impose themselves. They respond to invitation. The more we open our awareness, the clearer their presence becomes. But how do we differentiate their guidance from mere imagination? The key lies in discernment and pattern recognition. Guardian angels communicate in ways that are deeply personal to each individual. Their signs are often symbolic, appearing through synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that seem too precise to be random. Intuitive insights, sudden knowings that feel absolute and clear. Dreams and visions, encounters in altered states of consciousness. Repeated symbols, numbers, animals, or objects that appear persistently in your life. Feelings of presence, a sensation of warmth, energy, or unseen company. In many mystical traditions, guardian angels are associated with light and vibration. In the Kabbalistic teachings, they are described as beings of pure energy, existing beyond material form, but capable of influencing physical reality. Those who have had encounters often describe a feeling of overwhelming love, wisdom, and protection, something that cannot be explained but only felt. However, there is a profound secret hidden within these traditions. Your guardian angel is not just a guide. It is a bridge to higher consciousness. In esoteric teachings, such as theurgy, the practice of invoking divine beings, guardian angels are seen as the key to spiritual evolution. By aligning with their wisdom, we unlock hidden faculties within ourselves, deeper intuition, expanded awareness, and even altered states of consciousness. Some mystics believe that true spiritual enlightenment comes when one fully integrates with their guardian angel, merging the higher and lower self into a state of divine unity. This concept is echoed in alchemy, where the transformation of lead into gold symbolizes the purification of the soul. The alchemist does not merely seek physical gold, but rather the gold of the spirit, a state of being where one has become fully attuned to the divine guidance always present within. But while this knowledge is profound, it is not meant to remain theoretical. Connecting with your guardian angel is not reserved for saints and mystics. It is an ability within every human being. And that brings us to the next, most important part of this journey. How can you initiate real contact with your guardian angel? If guardian angels are always present, but only respond when we become aware of them, then the most important step in connecting with them is cultivating awareness. This is not a passive process. It requires intention, sensitivity, and practice. Below are 3 powerful methods that spiritual seekers have used for centuries to strengthen their connection with their guardian angel. Every spiritual tradition emphasizes the power of direct invocation. When you call upon your guardian angel with sincerity and openness, you begin to create a conscious bridge between their world and yours. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Light a candle or incense, symbols of divine presence. Close your eyes, take deep breaths, and center yourself. Say a simple invocation, such as, "Guardian angel, divine guide, if you are with me, reveal your presence. I open my heart to your wisdom and protection. Let me feel your guidance and recognize your signs." After speaking these words, sit in silence. Do not expect an immediate response. Just remain open. Sometimes the answer comes as a feeling, an image in your mind, or a thought that seems to arise from nowhere. The key here is repetition. The more consistently you perform this practice, the stronger the connection becomes. Your guardian angel communicates through the fabric of reality itself. But most people dismiss these messages as coincidences. To attune yourself, pay attention to repeated symbols or patterns, recurring numbers, animal encounters, phrases, or songs that seem oddly relevant to your current situation. Keep a spiritual journal. Write down unusual occurrences, strong intuitive feelings, or dreams. Over time, patterns will emerge. Trust your gut instincts. Guardian angels often communicate through sudden, deep certainty. If something feels like a sign, don't dismiss it. A good test of a sign's validity is emotional resonance. When a message truly comes from your guardian angel, it often carries a feeling of peace, warmth, or clarity. Since our minds are less resistant in the dream state, guardian angels often use dreams to communicate. To increase the likelihood of receiving a message, before sleeping, set an intention. Tonight, I ask my guardian angel to send me guidance in my dreams. Keep a notebook by your bed and write down your dreams as soon as you wake up. Even if they seem nonsensical, patterns will emerge over time. Look for archetypal imagery. Angels, light, books, doors, or specific animals often symbolize angelic messages. If a dream leaves a deep emotional impact, reflect on what it could be telling you. Guardian angels speak in symbols, not direct words. Throughout history, across cultures and spiritual traditions, the presence of guardian angels has been acknowledged not as myth, but as a profound reality. They are not just celestial protectors watching from a distance. They are active forces of consciousness, guiding us through intuition, synchronicity, and subtle messages hidden within the fabric of our daily lives. Yet, their presence is not forced upon us. The greatest secret of the esoteric traditions is this: awareness unlocks the connection. Guardian angels are always there, but they wait for us to recognize them. You now have the tools to begin this journey. Through invocation, heightened awareness, and dream communication, you can deepen your relationship with your guardian angel. It is not about blind faith. It is about direct experience. The more you open yourself to their presence, the clearer their guidance will become. But this journey is not just about receiving protection or signs. It is about spiritual evolution. Your guardian angel is not just a helper. It is a bridge to higher states of being. It leads you toward self-realization, enlightenment, and the awakening of your own divine potential. So, the question is not whether guardian angels exist. The question is, are you ready to listen? If you've ever felt an unexplained guidance in your life, share your experience in the comments below. And if you're ready to explore more hidden spiritual truths, make sure you're subscribed, because the mysteries run deeper than you think.